Let's talk about interrupts in 8051. In 8051 microcontroller, totally we have 6 interrupts. The names of the interrupts are reset. Reset is also called as a non-maskable interrupt. Like whenever you program this particular bit to 1, then the microcontroller will reset and terminate all the current activities. And we have the remaining interrupts which are related to the internal interrupts, and we have some interrupts related to the external interrupts. In internal interrupts, 2 interrupts are related for the timers, that is TF0 and TF1. TF0 stands for timer 0 overflow interrupt. TF1 stands for timer 1 overflow interrupt. One interrupt for serial port TI or RI. TA stands for transmitting interrupt. RI stands for receiving interrupt. Coming to the external interrupts, 2 interrupts for the external hardware interrupts, INT0, INT1. INT0 stands for external hardware interrupt 0. INT1 stands for external hardware interrupt 1. Coming to the 8051 has 6 sources of interrupts. We have seen reset, TF0, this is TF1, this is INT0, this is INT1, and the last one is TIR RI. Coming to the interrupt vector table, like 8051 interrupt vector table contains the information about the 6 interrupts, that is reset, INT0, TF0, INT1, TF1, RI or TI. So each and every interrupt is going to have the starting address of your ROM. Let us see the reset interrupt. The starting address of reset is 000 and the pin number of that particular reset one is 9. Coming to the external hardware interrupt 0, the starting address of this particular interrupt is 0003 and the pin number of that particular INT0 in your pin diagram is 12. Likewise, we have the information about the starting addresses of each and every interrupt, and even we can have the pin numbers where we have talked in your 8051 pin diagram. Coming to the enabling and disabling an interrupt, upon reset all the interrupts will be disabled. Once it is disabled, the microcontroller will not respond to any kind of interrupts. When the microcontroller can respond to the interrupt once they are activated. So in order to make it activated here, we have some register called as IE register, where IE stands for interrupt enable register. And this register is responsible for enabling the interrupts, and even it is used for disabling the interrupts. Let's talk about IE register. IE stands for interrupt enable register. It is an 8-bit register and it is a bit addressable register. Bit addressable register means we can access the individual bits without affecting any other bits. Let us talk about each and every bit in detail. EA stands for global enable or disable bit. Here we can see here EA stands for global enable or disable bit. It means that if we want to use any kind of interrupt or if we want to enable any kind of interrupt, then this particular bit should be programmed to 1. It means like if we are programming this particular bit to 1 means then this particular interrupt is going to get enabled. If you are programming this bit to 0 means then the interrupt is going to get disabled. Means depending on the EA bit, the interrupts will be enabled or disabled. If EA bit is 1, that means the 5 interrupts are enabled. If EA bit is 0 means then the 5 interrupts are disabled. Let's say that if EA bit is 1, suppose if I want to enable ES interrupt, ES stands for serial communication interrupt, then what happens? This bit should be 1 and ES bit should also be 1. Then only this bit can be activated. Suppose if this particular bit is 0, means global enable or disable bit of this one is 0, and if I want to activate this ES as 1, that is not possible. Okay, to make any of this 5 interrupts to 1, this particular bit should be always 1. If it is 1, then only we can activate all the 5 interrupts. If it is 0, it is not possible to activate any kind of interrupts. Let us see now. So EA is the main bit here. So it stands for global enable or disable bit, and the remaining 2 bits are undefined, which is reserved for additional interrupt hardwares. And ES stands for enabling serial port interrupts. ET1 stands for enabling timer 1 interrupts. EX1 stands for enabling external hardware interrupt 1. ET0 stands for enabling timer 0 interrupt. EX0 stands for enabling external hardware interrupt 0. Okay. See the same thing we have taken as a bit addressable register. This register is a bit addressable. So when I say bit addressable, we can access the individual bits. So if you see these individual bits, I say that interrupt enable dot 0 to interrupt enable dot 7. So total we have 8 bits. So IE.0, IE.1, IE.2, IE.3, IE.4 and so on. IE.7 is what? It is an EA bit. EA bit stands for what? Enable global enable or disable bit. Already we have seen that if EA bit is 1, each interrupt source is individually enabled or disabled by setting or clearing its enable bit. Means if this bit is 1, then only all the 5 interrupts are enabled. If this particular bit is 0, it means all the interrupts will be disabled. Disabled means no interrupt will be acknowledged by the microcontroller. Coming to this bit, these bits are not used, and even this one, these bits are not used, it is used in the other controllers. Coming to the next one, we have about RA or TI to activate this serial communication interrupts, to activate the timer interrupts, to activate the external hardware interrupts, to activate the timer interrupt, to activate the external hardware interrupts. So this is all about your IE register. IE register is mainly used to enable the interrupts, and it is also used to disable the interrupts. Coming to the steps in enabling an interrupt. So to enable an interrupt, what are the following steps we have? If EA equal to 1, then we can enable all the interrupts. If EA equal to 0, then no interrupts will be responded. Even if the associated bit is high, even if ES bit is high, then what happens? Then it will not recognize that particular interrupt. So we can enable any interrupt by programming a particular bit in IE register. IE stands for interrupt enable register. Coming to the interrupt priority, the next register we have in 8051 is IP. IP stands for interrupt priority register. So once you reset your controller, whenever 8051 is powered up, so the priorities are assigned in 8051 according to this following order. So if you see here, external interrupt 0 is going to have the highest priority, then the next priority will be for timer 0 interrupt, the next priority will be for external hardware interrupt 1, the next priority will be for timer 1 interrupt, and the next priority will be for serial communication interrupt. This is the order once the 8051 is reset or powered up. So you can see once again, this one is going to have the highest priority and this one is going to have the least priority. So this IP register, generally we use this IP register to change or alter the priority order. For example, if I want to make this timer 1 interrupt as the highest priority, to make this one, what I need to do, I need to program this bit to 1. If I program this bit to 1, it means that now the timer 1 interrupt will be having the highest priority. So in order to change or alter the priorities order, whatever you have default in 8051, to change that we go for IP register. IP stands for interrupt priority register, even it is an 8-bit register, and it is a bit addressable register. Bit addressable register means here we can access the individual bits without affecting any other bits. So here I name this IP register as IP.0, IP.1, IP.2, IP.3, IP.4, IP.5, IP.6, IP.7. So IP.7, IP.6 and IP.5 are reserved for the future use. Coming to the next bit, that is PS bit. PS stands for serial port interrupt priority bit. Next one, PT1 stands for timer 1 interrupt priority bit, and PX1 stands for external interrupt 1 priority bit. PT0 stands for timer 0 interrupt priority bit. PX0 stands for external interrupt 0 priority bit. If you want to give the highest priority for example, for PS stands for RA or TI. So it is having the lowest priority. If you see this priority table here, serial communication is having the lowest priority. But if I want to make this priority as highest one, so you need to program this particular bit to 1. If you program this particular bit to 1 in the IP register, it means that we are giving the highest priority to the serial port. Okay, if you are making this particular bit to 0, means we are giving the lowest priority. So in order to change or alter the priority order, we need to go with IP register. IP bit is 1 means highest priority, IP bit is 0 means lowest priority. So upon power up reset, IP contain all zeros in the sense making the priority sequence based on the interrupt priority table. So once IP contains all zeros means default priority order whatever we have in 8051, it is going to have the same one. If you want to change something to give it as an highest priority, you have to do the programming with your IP register. By making the bit to 1, once you make it to 1, it has highest priority. Once you make it to 0, it has the lowest priority. Coming to the interrupt inside an interrupt, even we can see the interrupts inside an interrupt also. So a high priority interrupt can interrupt a low priority interrupt. This is an interrupt inside an interrupt. Thank you.